Okay, so now we're going to use probability to determine fairness. Xenia, Yolanda, and Zoe are playing a game with coins. They each toss a coin. Possible outcomes are shown in the table. Okay, so these are all the things that can happen. Xenia can have a toss heads. Yolanda can toss heads. Zoe can toss heads. Or maybe Xenia's the only one that tosses heads. Or Xenia and Yolanda, you get it. Okay, so a player wins if she is the only one to toss heads. Is this a fair game? Well, how many times are they the only one to toss heads? Let's see. Let's look down through. When is Xenia the only one to toss heads? Right there, right? When is Yolanda the only one to toss heads? Right there. That's got another one. That's got another one. That's got another one. Look at little Zoe over here. Okay. Okay. Once a piece, right? So that's fair. They only each have one chance to do that. But we're doing probability, so that's one out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 out of 8. Is it fair? Yes, because each player's probability of winning is 1/8. Okay. I'm going to change colors so I don't have to erase. Let's be blue. Xenia wins if there are 2 heads and 1 tail. So here's 2 heads and 1 tails. Here's 2 heads and 1 tails. Here's 2 heads and 1 tails. Okay. So Xenia's got 3/8. Whoop. Yolanda wins if there are 2 tails and 1 heads. 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 Oh, it's looking good. Yolanda, 3 out of 8. And then we got Zoe. Zoe is winning if there are 3 heads or 3 tails. Well, here's 3 heads. That's the only 3 heads. Here's 3 tails. That's the only 3 tails. Zoe has a 2 out of 8 chance of winning. Is that fair? It's not fair because Zoe has less chance of winning. Okay? So when you count them up, the other 2 each have 3 chances and she only has 2. So yes, it's fair. Yes, no, we don't want that. Zoe's probability of winning is 1/4 while the other 2 have 3/8. Zoe's probability of winning is 3/8 when Xenia and Yolanda only have 1/4. I don't see 1/4 over here anyway, right? But 2/8 reduces to 1/4. So poor Zoe only has 1/4 of a chance of winning, and everybody else has 3/8 of a chance of winning. So that's the correct answer. And I'm trying to see if there's anything on the quizzes that is not in the worksheet. Okay, suppose you were doing the same thing over and over. This is not a question. This is like separate. All right, whole separate thing. If I toss a coin over and over, the probability of getting heads would be, probability of getting heads one time tossing a coin is 0.5, right? 1 out of 2. But if I toss it 3 times, I'm not going to take 3 times that. I'm going to take, remember we said earlier the probability was of 2 things was we multiply them? Well, the thing you're multiplying here is I've got this time is 0.5, this time is 0.5, and the next time is 0.5. It's 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.5. Okay, so the probability of tossing a coin and getting heads doing it 3 times should be little, right? Because once is half, but more than once is not half. So 0.125. That's the end of that one.